Follow all Moasers news on his website, www.moasers.com. And on his Facebook Moasers and Instagram Moasers13 page 2. For daily exclusive publications.
Hi dear Moaser follower, and welcome for that new video dedicated to the Montage M, but not only. You see in front of me the Arturia Keylab 61 MK3. I'm not sponsored to do that video. This is my Christmas gift I made to myself. And the today's topic is about using your big with a master or a keyboard control. An example with that one. Sit all along the video, because on the bonus I'm going to explain to you the great things you can do with that keyboard to dedicate with the Montage M. But before to start, if you are not already a Moaser YouTube follower, please click on subscribe and click on the bell to be informed when I release a new video. If you like the content, please click on like. And if you want to support the channel, you have two ways. Bottom right of the video, you have the super thanks. It's like a kind of one-shot donation. Or you can become a Moaser community member. By a monthly fee, less than €3, you will have some private video. All my video release in preview more than 1 month in advance, rather to the others followers, and the two of them are without any advertising. You will have a dedicated space in the post community members, and if you book a Moaser masterclass with me, you have 15 minutes extended time.
Why add a control or a master keyboard to your Montage M? Maybe you have an M8X version and you want a smaller keyboard, 49 notes or 61 notes like this one. Or maybe you have an M6 or M7 and you want to add an 88-note keyboard. Some 88-note keyboards offer polyphonic aftertouch too. Maybe that's what you'll be interested in. How to use a control keyboard. Let's take a look with the Arturia Keylab 61 MK3 I've chosen. This is what I call a control keyboard. It's not multi-MIDI channel. There are keyboards from other brands that offer up to 4 simultaneous zones, with various MIDI channels you can use in the same time. The Keylab has one, but if you turn on the split, you can have a second zone. But the split point is set on the Arturia keyboard. It's not necessarily the best way to work with the Montage M synthesizer. It's very well optimized for working with Arturia virtual instruments, but that's not what this video is about. Here, it's great that we work on a single MIDI channel, because that's how Montage M works too. I remind you that, up here, all the parts under keyboard control operate on the same MIDI channel. The one you chose in Utility, Settings, MIDI I/O. MIDI channel 1 for me, and I've also set the Keylab to play on MIDI channel 1. Using with the Mod-X Plus, or the Montage first generation, you'll have to switch on them to the hybrid mode. I'll be making a dedicated video for the Mod-X Plus, which will also work for the Mod-X and Montage. Here, it allows me to have in hands this beautiful new string section. You may have heard that I also have the super knob under control, so even if you can't see it on the screen, things have happened. How did I configure all this on the Keylab? The interesting thing about the Keylab is that it's got a nice screen, which makes it easy to make adjustments, and you'll find some very interesting pedal calibration functions. Not all control keyboards offer this type of calibration. I was able to calibrate my sustain pedal from its 0 to maximum. I was able to calibrate my control pedal for the super knob from 0 to 1023 in MIDI 2. When I first connected it, it wasn't really at 0 in its lower position. And you can do the same for the foot switch pedal. It's great. Then on the screen, you could also go to Settings and set absolutely everything. For all the available pads. Here, the 4 buttons under the screen, faders and encoders too. With the modulation wheel, pitch bend, pedals, everything you can have under control. Most master or control keyboards come with an editor that let you set all of this on your computer. It's a lot more convenient, folks. As example, for my Alesis Vortex 2, I have an editor that lets me edit all its controllers. It's even better, so don't deprive yourself of installing this editor type. Check out the manufacturer's website for the master keyboard or controller you're buying. For the Keylab, we've got a nice, easy-to-use editor. Look at the scenes here, how I've configured them. I've given them a color, because they light up with a color like the pads. I chose switch control. These are the control changes. I won't give you a complete course on the Arturia. But to give you the basics, here's the complete list of control changes, including general MIDI control changes, 92 for my scenes. It's also useful for remembering which control change number is to a specific parameter. The MIDI channel, as I said, is on 1. The buttons can be gated, which is what we call momentary on the Montage M, or in toggle, which is what we call the latch on the Montage M. We'll see something interesting with this in the bonus. The minimum and maximum values of the control change to be adjusted for scene selection. And these 4 buttons can actually have a dedicate name, which is displayed on the screen, whereas the others cannot. I'll come back to that when we talk about the encoders, Mr. Arturia, if you can hear the little message to come. About the scenes, why did I set them there? At first, I set all of them on the pads. But when I tried it out with ESP2, I realized that only my left hand could access the scene changes. In general, I either control the scenes in Camelot Pro, which also manages the band light show. If, in terms of timing, it's a bit too far in timeline from the light scene changes, I take them by hand, also to not to add too many scenes inside Camelot. I usually use 3 scenes, but I set 4 here. The advantage is that, left hand, right hand, depending on which hand is busier, depending on what I'm doing, I've found it's more practical to have them there. I remind you, there's a 1-second latency on the video capture for the screen above. It's not the Arturia that's slow. It's the video capture memory buffer. I was in Scene 8, Scene 1, Scene 2, Scene 3, Scene 4. Here I did Scene 5, Scene 6, Scene 7, Scene 8. You see, it works very well. If I go to Motion Control on the Super knob, my Super knob for the encoders is here. So it's not necessarily the most practical. Reminder, the second of latency on the top screen. By hand, it's not the most practical, but I've tried to stay logical with the encoders to keep assignable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the good order. For these assignable knobs, I've set control changes ranging from 17 to 24. As you can see, my FC7 pedal controls my Super knob perfectly, which is much more practical than by hand. I'll come back to the home view. With regard to the faders here, I remind you that at the top there, above my finger, all the parts on keyboard control are on the same MIDI channel 1. I chose it in Utility, in Settings, MIDI I/O. Even if I set for each fader MIDI channels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it won't work. They can only control each part volume if the parts are keyboard control set to off. I've also tried on ESP. It works in the same way. You have to switch all the parts keyboard control off. Then put everything back under keyboard control to play them, which isn't necessarily the most practical way of adjusting volumes. It's not a problem that comes from the Keylab. It's the overall Montage M MIDI management that works this way. But you'll see later that there are some interesting things to do. I've also put my master level here, with control change 7. Mr. Arturia, it would be nice to be able to write names on these encoders and faders. Why can't I write a name on the fader one that appear on the screen? Why can't we write volume 1? Here assignable 1, assignable 2, or assignable 3 rather than fader 1 or encoder 1. Super knob 2, that would be nice in a next firmware update. Wouldn't it be nice too if, when pressing the pads, they were displayed a dedicate name on the screen too? If it's possible, of course, sometimes it's not technically possible. Here it's for the bonus, here too. Here we have the motion sequence trigger, which can be assigned to control change 89. You can't assign the ARP master on off button, the motion sequence on off button. They use exclusive Yamaha messages, so you can't control them here. So you won't have access to everything, but you do have access to the essentials for playing. With the modulation wheel, pitch bend, are pedals, assignable rotating knobs. The Super knob, the scenes, I've got enough controllers selection.
Would you like to take in hand, learn or improve your knowledge of your Yamaha synthesizer or stage keyboard? Book your Moesu Masterclass now. Your private session is conducted online through Zoom. Take all benefit of Joel expertise for all these topics. It's available for users all over the world through Music Hackspace platform in English or in French. It's easy. Select your date and time from the Moesu calendar available slots on your time zone. Choose your topic, and after your online personal meeting, you can download your session video to review it, as many anytime you need. And now, that's the bonus time.
For this bonus, I told you I was going to show you some interesting things. I've only made one pad bank so far, this one up to the 4 available. In particular, to put the assignable buttons 1 and 2 in it, as function buttons with control change 86 and 87 respectively. I've simply assigned 86, 87 in the editor. But the interesting point is that, when we work with our Montage M, we either choose to have each controller in momentary, or we choose to have it in latch. We call this gate for momentary, and toggle for continuous on the Keylab. The advantage of the Arturia, and perhaps other keyboards of other brands, is that you can assign several parameters to the pads, so I was able to assign assignable 1 as momentary, assignable 2 as momentary. And look, my pad is still lit up, assignable 1 continuously, and assignable switch 2 continuously. So in fact I have the best choice here. Since I can choose either to keep my finger on it. But you see, afterwards it returns to normal, or to have them on continuous. Not too continuous for that one. It's super practical. You can do whatever you want. You have the king's choice here, and that's a big plus. Another interesting point is the pad action. As on the Mod X Plus, the Keylab has no ribbon. Maybe other control keyboards have a ribbon, but this one doesn't. Yes, but we have pads, and I chose to set 3 pads with ribbon control change 16. You could do this as example. It's not exactly a ribbon, with its sensitivity. Here I've taken 3 in particular, with the idea of later doing the rotary stop, slow, fast. If you want something bigger, you can already use 5 pads. I remind you that you can set up to 5 specific zones on the Montage M ribbon. You can drag and drop the pads like this, why not? Here it's a bit abrupt because I've only used 3. If you add a few more, it could become interesting to use pads when you don't have a ribbon.
This is video ending. I hope you have liked it. I hope you have find it interesting. As a reminder, you can book your Moesu Masterclass directly on the Music Hackspace platform. See you soon for one other Moesu video. Bye.
Would you like to discover, learn, or improve your knowledge of your Yamaha synthesizer or stage keyboard? Book your Moesu's Masterclass now. Your private session is conducted online through Zoom. Take all benefit of Moesu's expertise, Yamaha synthesizers and stage keyboard specialist and consultant for Yamaha Music Europe and France. As member of International Yamaha Tech Talk live team, Music Hackspace instructor and host of the Camelot Pro Sessions, Joel take care of your experience level. Whether you're a beginner or a skilled user, get the most out of your Yamaha synthesizer, stage keyboard, John Mayla's software suite or Camelot Pro. Book your session for your personal Moesu's one-to-one session. It's available for users all over the world through Music Hackspace platform. It's easy. Select your date and time from the Moser's calendar available slots on your time zone. Thank you for watching this Moser's video. Do not forget to click on like, subscribe and click on the bell to be informed when a new video is online. Do not hesitate to write a comment or ask a question. See you soon, bye!